everyone, my name is Mustang World and welcome to this showcase. You may be wondering what is this picture in the background. It's basically the pictures of SwordBurst 2. A lot of you guys were actually wondering how this game is actually looking currently and also why the name is a little bit different. Because the original game name was of course Sword Art Online Burst or SwordBurst Online. It depends when you actually joined this game because the game basically had a little bit of a name change later on. The developers basically picked a little bit of a different name as well. They basically wanted to go with SwordBurst 2, not SwordBurst Online 2. But basically I'm gonna go showcase a little bit what is currently in this game, like the flaws, the animations, a little bit like how the weapons look like, the UIs, the new monsters and all that kind of stuff. So you may be wondering, what is this flaw in the background? This is the new flaw 2. The new flaw 2 actually looks way better compared with the SwordBurst Online one, because the SwordBurst Online one was a little bit plain. It just was an open field and it had an amazing forest behind the tower, but sadly enough you could basically not access this. You can maybe already see in the background, you can see a massive tower, you can see the old school wall, you can see the teleporter that everybody knows and loves. Of course, but depends how the lag towers are happening, because I actually hope there will be more spawns around the spawn area, because we do not want to get stuck as a spawn lag tower. But anyway guys, we're gonna go towards the second picture. You can see this is the map. It's basically gonna be our floor 2 or maybe our later floor. It's still the same picture from the original one. We do not know for sure yet this is actually gonna be floor 2 yet, but there's a really big chance for actually happening there. This is the other picture. You can still see the old school beach area at the outer skirts of this map. After that, we're gonna see a little bit of a different floor. A lot of old school fans can probably already guess what floor this is. This looks like the revamped version of floor 4. You know, the snow island with the alpha ice walls and all that kind of stuff. This basically looks like a little bit more of the revamped version. We still got the old school designs of the giant tower up here, and that's actually really amazing still to see, because that actually shows it's a little bit like SEO still, and you know, it's not really changing outside of that genre. This is one of the new animation stats for the repair that actually shows that the repair is actually still in this game, and also that more body types are actually supported, because Alex is currently wearing a 4.0 body. It's of course also called as the boy body or the girl body, depends which one you got, but it actually shows that actually looks really amazing. The repair actually looks really cool, and you know, this is a little bit of the background of the first town that you will see in the game. We got here a katana-ish weapon wearing with the different kind of package, because you can see this is a complete different package. After that, you can see dual wielding, and actually seeing that there is a little bit of a character in the background. Maybe this is just like a testing thing, but you can also see the nice town in the background, and of course the nice area starter. This actually looks a little bit like the version that we got on the PS Vita. I'm not completely sure if it's correctly correct, but it maybe is a little bit inspired from that part, and that's actually really awesome to see as well. After that, you can see R15 is looking good so far. Although the grip adjustment I have never set correctly, these need fixing, and I can position sword. So actually you can already see the hands are actually already standing a little bit better compared with the old school version, because you can remember if you had a little bit of a different package, it was just glitching out and really bad. But with the new R15, it's still getting better and better and better, and that's also really cool to see. This is a little bit more from the first time that you will see. They're basically trying to put a lot of content in every floor, and of course making a lot of floors. Currently they already have a ton of floors ready for the game, and that's actually really cool to see, because how more content for the game, how more we can play this game, because that was one of the struggles that we had with this game, because there was just not enough content. Like SwordBurst Online has a decent amount of content, like you can play for a nice amount of time, but Shadow Online just didn't have enough content. Lucky enough, they're basically gonna try to fix that problem in this new game, and that's actually really cool to see as well. After that, you can see the old school weapons getting a little bit of a revamp, because it's actually really cool to see the old school weapons back in this game. You can see we will have weapon upgrades, 1+ to 10+ using ores. Each tier will have lower success of chance. Basically, you can upgrade your weapon, like smacking it with a hammer or anything like that. You will be upgrading the weapon, making it stronger, but you also have a chance of failing the upgrade. That basically means you need to redo it, redo it, and redo it. And that's actually really cool to see as well, because you can basically keep all the weapons for way longer, just upgrade them until you got the highest version of the upgrade, and that's basically a really good thing. We got the old school Skydust that just looks a little bit better compared with the original one. Then we got the new Inferno made by Slevin, because Slevin is one of the main weaponry makers. Here's another sneak peek for SB2 weapons, the old versus the new Divine Inferno. Everybody probably already knows how the old version looks like, and this looks a little bit more polished compared with the other one. It's a little bit more details compared with the other one, and that's actually really cool to see as well. We got the new Frostbite, because a lot of you guys basically wanted to see the Frostbite as well, and that's basically why it's still there, because the Frostbite was actually a really decent sword, but with the new version, like you can see it here in the sword itself, it just looks a little bit more icy, and that's actually really cool to see that we have swords that are actually made from ice and all that kind of stuff, and that's actually really cool. This is the new UI loadout. Like you can see all the GUIs, UIs, however you want to call them. It's a little bit more detailed. The inventory has a complete new revamp compared with the other games that Alex ever made, because a lot of times you just had a list that went scroll, 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 and you had to search forever for that one little bit of an item. And lucky enough, he's actually changing that, because you can see inventory, what you got equipped. You got these skills. That basically means there will be sword skills, and that's actually really cool to hear. We got locations where you can teleport from. You can see the current players. You can see, of course, the Roblox shop and these settings. You can already see there's the grass leaf. This is the probably one of the starter blades. This is the Hallucinator and the Excalibur, and that's actually really cool to see as well. It actually looks like this. Here's the playlist. You can basically see how it looks like. And of course, this is a really cool feature as well. There's currently a trade button. That basically means we do not have to put our weapons on the ground anymore and be scared to be scammed. There's currently a working system for trade in the future in this game. And that's actually really, really amazing to see. After that, you can also see this game is actually gonna be mobile and tablet supported, because Alex basically wanted to make this game for all platforms. You can basically play this game in the future on Xbox, iPad, phones maybe with luck if they're actually strong enough, computer, maybe Macs, I'm not completely sure about that, but he's basically gonna try to make this game compatible for all devices. That basically means you can always play this game no matter what device, and that's actually really cool to see as well, because barely any game on Roblox that actually is this big in development has this amount of support, and that's actually really cool, because a lot of people probably already know Alex is one of the best persons in making supported things for weapons and, you know, in tablets and all that kind of stuff. The game will just walk and just use really simple, because he has a special thing where he makes tablets run easier with a special thing that they don't like that badly, and that's actually really cool to see. That's the same feature of in SwordBurst. You basically turn on your settings on low, your effects thing, and that basically causes less lag. You can also see a little bit up here, you see the old school SEO health bar, 100% goes down. You got the level 1 and of course the EXP counter up here. That's basically showing what we got. Also, you can see different packages. You got the blades, the guardian something over here. It actually looks really good. We got the 4.0 and of course the old school R15 1.0. It actually all looks holding pretty nice. We got more tablet support over here, and of course a little bit more of a sneak peek of the town. I'm not completely sure if there will be any AIs in the game. I cannot confirm this because it actually looks a little bit like that. Maybe that's just testing, because it would actually be really cool to have AIs walking around. But yes, you can see there's more tablet support over here. You can see a nice town in the background, and that's actually really cool to see. Also, some of the mobs are actually gonna get a little bit of a revamp. This was the original floor 4 boss. You maybe remember him as a giant blocky boss that made like a gun sound or an explosion sound. We didn't really know what kind of sound it made, but this is basically the newer version of this made by Kevin, because a lot of you guys probably already know Kevin is one of the best mob makers in the world on Roblox, because a lot of game creators use like blocks or use characters, and Kevin just goes towards Blender and creates like this holy piece, and this just looks amazing. Imagine fighting this, like this coming towards you, trying to slash you, hit you, like the awesome way of actually doing that. After that, we got the revamped Icewall. This is actually one of the favorite mobs of Kevin, and a lot of you guys probably already remember the old version of the Icewall. It looked a little bit like decent, but the newer version actually looks a little bit more brutal and a little bit more horror-ish, because this version actually is a little bit more dangerous. After that, we got the new version of the Scorpion. A lot of you guys probably remember the floor 5 Scorpion would actually drop the Sand Duster and the Necromancer stuff, like a lot of you guys probably already found on this. This is gonna be the newer version of this, and you can say this is creepy, this is horror, and that's actually really good to see. Also, I'm deeply sorry if you maybe hear a little bit of hammering in the background, because my neighbors above are still working. But anyway, guys, you can see this looks a little bit more detailed. Also, I want to imply with this, they're basically gonna make the game way bigger than all their other games. It's actually really cool, because they were way more determined, because they actually enjoyed this game more than the other games they actually worked on. And that's actually a good thing to see, because the dungeons are gonna be really nice. The floors, I already saw all the floors almost, and they are really good. I can say that right now. I'm sadly enough not able to show them to watch you guys, because I cannot show everything, but I can say all the future floors are gonna be amazing. They're nice big, like they are not super small. They're like how do you say that, like decent big, like shuttle line bigger-ish around that area. They're all gonna be blocks building though, mixed maybe with a little bit of smooth terrain. I'm not completely sure about that, but it's actually gonna be really amazing. Like you can see this creepy mob, like imagine hunting this. Imagine this, you want to try to kill this mob and it's just gonna go after you. So that's basically all I can show you currently, because I can basically go through all the pictures once again if you want to, but that's basically gonna be a little bit boring. But you can see this is gonna be one of the first floors, and that's gonna be amazing. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more about SwordBurst 2, I'll be hoping to soon enough showcase this game in live action, because currently they're still working really hard on this game on a daily basis, and that's actually gonna be really awesome. And I cannot wait when I can actually showcase this game on a live stream, or just a video where I'm actually walking around for you guys. So guys, if you want to see more about SwordBurst 2, make sure you press the like button and then type in the comments down below, hyped for SwordBurst 2. So please stay with me, guys. 1, 2, 3, peace out. Yeah.